This 3-pack of tennis balls was $1.88 at Walmart, and today I'm going to show you a simple way that you can turn them into project feet for your EMT conduit builds. And we actually sell a rubber pipe foot for 3/4 inch EMT and 1/2 inch and 1 inch EMT for that matter, that you can add to your builds and you can then use them. They work really well on really any surface, of course, but especially if you want to protect, like a hardwood floor, or if you've got like a garage floor that you're afraid your build's going to slide on. These really work well for that. But kind of an alternative to this is a solution if you take a tennis ball. Like I said, these were $1.88, so really inexpensive for all 3 of these, and you can turn these into a foot for your project. And essentially you're just going to get these, and these are pressurized. I'm assuming all tennis balls are, I don't know for sure, but because of that, they're kind of a pain to puncture and kind of break that seal, but eventually you can cut through and kind of break that. You hear the pressure release in there, but then you just want to cut an X out of this. And you can, kind of customize the dimension of this based on the conduit size you're working with. If you're building with 1/2 inch, you can do a smaller one. If you're doing 1 inch, you could do a little bit larger. But essentially, you just want to cut an X shape out of this that just allows you to put the 3/4 inch or whatever size you're working with and slide it in here and use this as a foot. And like I said, if you're using, you don't want your project to slide, you could use the rubber pipe foot. But this might be a solution where you want your build to slide across the surface. You could put these on there and push these around. Maybe you could do half your build, so you got 2 verticals that have these on the bottom and the other 2 don't. That way you could lift up one side and then slide it across. I don't know, lots of cool possibilities. And we actually saw Pat shared this idea and she used it for her garden sunshade, but she flipped it over and was using it on top of the verticals in her build and had the sunshade material on top. And it was kind of pushing it up a little bit so that the rain or snow or whatever was falling on top wouldn't pull up on there. So really cool ideas, kind of unique, really inexpensive. I'm sure you guys will find all kinds of cool ways to use this hack. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like and consider subscribing. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.